Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Bob Smith from Smith Taekwondo Center and Pro Sport Kickboxing, and talking about the recent increase in Hawaii's crime. As I drive around in a circle here, just listening to the Rick Hamada show, and they were talking about a variety of different subjects. Lawmakers trying to restrict our movements, trying to restrict our ability to be able to defend ourselves. Senator Carl Rhodes even came out and said that he just wants to take away ammunition because a gun without ammunition is just an expensive club. He must have got that from me. But there's a lot more to what's happening in this violent crime spree that's been happening in Hawaii in the past couple of years. It's a lot more complicated than what they're talking about. First of all, if you go to any of these local kickboxing and MMA events, there is a plethora of young thugs and criminals who are getting their skill and learning how to fight in these events. The last shooting that just happened in Waianae, two of those guys were from their notorious boxing club in that area and had participated on local kickboxing shows. And these kids are out looking for fights. That makes them a much bigger threat to everyone. If you think that you're going to go take a simple self-defense class, just heard on Rick Hamada that the vice president of the Hawaii Rifle Association said, take a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class against a gang of people who are attacking you and mobbing you. That's a great idea. What you should take is a track class, because you're going to need to run. You're going to need to be able to hit somebody, strike somebody, and run. You're not going to be on the ground grappling with 10 guys. Oh, but you can go to any of these events and you can see these guys, and they're becoming more empowered because they're becoming more confident in their abilities to be able to fight. They're out daring people, literally daring people to fight. And as far as the concealed carry in Hawaii, lawmakers are never going to allow concealed carry in Hawaii, even though it is a violation of our Second Amendment right. So the Hawaii government is already breaking the law. But they know that there will be extensive Hatfield and McCoy situations everywhere if they allow concealed carry. And that's basically what's going to happen is one family, because we have this backcountry mentality of Hawaii of, oh, bah, respect cause. Oh, that's my family cause. Oh, you can try that with my family cause. We're going to come back for you cause. Oh, you know what I'm saying, bah. And they know that we're going to have that sort of a Hatfield and McCoy mentality here in Hawaii. And it happens all the time anyway. One family gets into a fight, another family goes out after them. And you have these local families that retaliate all the time. We had a guy in Kaneohe a couple of years ago that tried to break in and steal somebody's truck. And as a result, he got his butt whipped pretty good. And when that happened, what the police are doing out here in the middle of the road, but when that happened, his family immediately started posting threats all over social media that, man, they were going to lick everybody. Everybody was going to pay for it. So you see, they didn't care that their family member was a criminal and he was out stealing cars. But they were like, oh, bro, why you put him on blast? Why you put him on blast? So they were more worried about this guy being discovered or humiliated, and the fact that somebody actually had the right or the nerve to defend their property. And that was just from somebody getting the ass whipping. Now imagine what's going to happen if somebody uses a firearm and defends themselves and some punk gets killed. It's going to be a Hatfields and McCoy situation. So the Hawaii politicians believe that it's simply better, and it is for them, it's just better if they keep the citizenry unarmed. So they figure that one person killed or molested or assaulted is better than 4 or 5 from retaliation. So you see, the democratic socialist politicians of Hawaii, they really don't care about the law-abiding citizens, and they don't care about your one person who might die. They care about votes. They care about government money coming in, taxpayer money for these programs like HPD, now asking for an additional $8 million. Now, why do you think HPD is doing that? Because crime is up. And do you think HPD would get that money if crime was going down? Of course not. So those are the sort of problems that you're going to look at when it comes to concealed carry in Hawaii. A lot of people are now saying that they're going to carry a firearm illegally, law-abiding citizens illegally, just to protect themselves, because they know that the police won't protect them. They know that the police can't protect them. And if you go to any of these town hall meetings, the police will tell you, well, the best thing you can do is call 911 and lock yourself in your home, or stay in your car and don't put yourself in that situation. Well, stay in your car, so you're going to be a prisoner. Stay in your home, so you're going to be a prisoner to these criminals that they're not incarcerating, not the police. The police can't. The police are doing the best that they can do. But the politicians simply will not punish these people. So now you have to be a prisoner in your own home, and the advice given is, oh, moms and kids should take Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu self-defense classes. Well, that's great if you're fighting one person, but do you really want to be rolling on the ground with somebody, maybe a homeless person, a drug addict, and you don't know what they have on them? They have needles in their pockets or whatever else? Absolutely not. Knives on them, and you want to be rolling around on the ground? I mean, how many times have we seen on social media jiu-jitsu fighter against street fighter, and the jiu-jitsu guy is just handing the guy's butt to him, and all of a sudden the guy produces a knife comes out, jiu-jitsu guy is killed right there in the parking lot. So there's a lot more to it. You know, the mindset of the local people. People should be afraid to go to prison, and they're not. You know, for these guys now, it's a rite of passage. They laugh about it. Oh, brah, just spent 6 months on Triple C, cuz. Oh, bah. Well, if you since spent 6 months in Triple C, you should be afraid of that. And the fact that they're not worried about going back, that is a criminal mentality that is becoming more acceptable to everyone. And the young kids are looking at that and they're going, oh, brah, he's so cool, brah. Look at him. Face tattoos. You know, when you're 40, at the time, you know, it's that gang life. And, you know, everybody is now connecting themselves to La Familia in Hawaii. And hello, you're Hawaiian, you're not Spanish. But La Familia and Murder Inc. and West Side and East Side and all these punks that somehow that they think that the street life, man, the gang life is the problem. And that's not the problem. The problem is that law-abiding citizens don't have the rights or the skills to protect themselves. Now, on March 7th, 2020, at Smith Taekwondo Center, we're actually having a non-lethal weapons seminar, pepper spray seminar. We've already got about 50 people signed up. Looking forward to the class. It should be a really fun class. A lot of inert training. They're going to teach you everything from situational awareness to stances, grips, verbal reinforcement, follow through. So all those things are important. But when you have the bottom line is that law-abiding citizens can't carry a firearm to protect themselves. They just can't. And the politicians will never allow the law-abiding citizens to protect themselves. What do you do? Well, for me, I mean, martial arts has always been a part of my life, so I'm not too worried about it myself. But for everybody else, I mean, even my wife, ask her where a pepper spray is. Oh, it's in my bag if I need it. It's in your bag. You need it. Criminals are not going to stop while you dig through your bag and find your canister of pepper spray and then try to find the proper grip and then deploy the agent needed to repel the criminal. They're not going to do that. It's going to happen boom, 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 just in a matter of seconds. So you need to familiarize yourself with alternative weapons here in Hawaii. You need to make your voices heard with politicians. Too many people will not speak up and let politicians know what they're thinking and that they're not happy. When you don't, you have people like the communist Carl Rhodes who wants to come in and take away every ability that you have to defend yourself or your family. And that is critical. You know, they're talking about how to defend yourself in your home, get a firearm for your home. Well, a guy in Kalihi recently defended his property and his home from a gang, and one of the gang members got killed, and that guy is now sitting in prison charged with murder. So how did that work out for him that he had a firearm to protect himself? It didn't work out very good. So things you can do. One, be involved with your local politicians. Write to them constantly. You need to show up at town hall meetings. Bob, but I'm busy. I work, my schedule. I know. But this has to be done. It's a priority. Purchase a firearm. You have to be able to use your discretion as to whether or not you're going to be able to use it. But purchase a firearm, and that's not enough. You need to get to the range. You need to train with it. You need to take some formal training and be more assertive at every turn. Don't allow homeless people to take over your neighborhood. Let them know, no, you're not gonna camp here. Let them know. We had a homeless situation at my business a few months ago. Guys are trying to camp on the steps. So I pulled the water hose out and just stuck the water hose through the window, turned it on, and if they planned on camping there, it was going to be a wet one. And I had to do that a couple of times, but they don't do it anymore. So those are just some of the things that you can do. You have to understand that everybody's playing a part in this. When you have somebody in your family, one of these thugs or criminals, and they're out kickboxing and they're out doing MMA, and they're hanging out in these garage fight clubs, and they have no respect for authority, you can't look the other way. You have to address those people in your own family as well, in your own neighborhood, your own community. You can't say, yeah, but that's Chemo, he's okay, he's cool. If they're smoking meth, you need to address that. But and if they're committing crimes, you need to let the police know. Hey, this is Bob Smith. Hope this gave you guys some information this morning. Out.